Right. So today we will continue with chapter 5. Chapter 5 is about capital budgeting. Okay, it is about capital budgeting. So what is capital budgeting? It's all about capital budgeting is when a business have a money, they have a certain capital, they have an amount of capital, they want to decide which project is the best project to invest. So basically, they will need to do some sort of budgeting. So capital budgeting is basically is for a business to deciding which project or which investment is the best project to invest. So in capital budgeting, there are two types of uh, cash flow. So the first one will be the even cash flow. Even cash flow. So even cash flow means that the expected cash inflow will be fixed. Means that every year the cash inflow will be the same, and there are also uneven. So uneven means that the cash inflow, the expected cash inflow will be variables. Okay, there is no fixed cash inflow in the future. All right. So when we deciding which project, so the projects, the choices of the project, it can be categorized into two types of project. So the first one is mutual exclusive project. And the second one is independent project. So the differences between mutual exclusive and independent, mutual exclusive means that all choices are the same types of projects. So for example, if the project comes from, if the choices of the projects comes from food and beverage industry, so all choices are from food and beverage industry. So basically, you just need to choose which one is the best investment. So for example, you have 5 choices. So all these come from the same industry. So because all these projects are the same types of business. So basically, you just need to choose the best among 5. That is mutual exclusive. Mutual exclusive means that all the choices are the same businesses. Independent project means that all choices that the company have does not affect to one another. So basically, as long as that project is a profitable project and the company have money to put into the business, so therefore, as long as it is a profitable, the company can choose all the choices. Okay, for example, the company have 2 options, whether to invest in oil and gas industry, and another one is to invest in education industry. So these 2 line of business is not related to each other. So this kind of business, this kind of project is independent to each other. There is no significant, if you choose oil and gas, there is no significant towards the education line. If you choose education line in business, there is no effect towards the oil and gas business, for example, like that. So basically, independent project, it is not related to each other, while mutual exclusive is related to each other. All right. So how company want to decide? So what are the methods for the company to decide which investment is the best investment? So there are 3 techniques in capital budgeting that you have to No. So the first one will be payback period. So payback period, we want to know the duration of the initial investment will be turnover, will be get back, okay, will be break even. So how long it takes for all the initial investment, for all the capital that have been invested will be get back. All right, it's not yet getting profit, but all the investment that have been invested, all the capital that have been invested will be earned back. So that is payback period. It is about the duration for the business to break even. So what is the formula for the payback period? Payback period, if it is um, even cash flow, the payback period will be initial investment or initial outlay divide with cash flow. Okay, this is for the case of even only, even cash flow only. All right. For uneven cash flow, it is year plus the uncovered cash flow, divide cash flow of the year. So this is the formula for uneven cash flow lah. But just for you to know, but it is not part of the syllabus. All right. It is not part of the syllabus. All right. Just for you to know lah, I just teach you, but this is not part of the syllabus. All right. So the first method will be the payback period. Second technique will be net present value. It is NPV. So how to calculate NPV? NPV is cash flow multiply with PVIFA with a given I and the years minus with initial investment or initial outlay. And then the answer will be the expected profits. So the answer will be in Ringgit Malaysia or the currency lah. So this is also for the case of even cash flow. What about uneven cash flow? Uneven cash flow is the summation of cash flow multiply with PVIF with a given I and N. Minus initial investment. So this is for uneven cash flow. So for uneven cash flow, because the cash flow is different for each of the year, so that's why we have to calculate one by one and then we will do summation for each of the calculation. So once we know how much it is the present value of each of the year, then we have to minus with the capital invested, which is the initial outlay. So this is net present value. Net present value, it is for the for us, for the financial manager to see how profitable the business. Okay, how much is the amount of the profit that is expected to earn. So basically, for net present value, the higher the figure, the higher the amount, the more profitable the business, the more profitable the project. So it is net present value. Therefore, net present value, if the answer is less than zero, all right, less than zero means that it is negative amount. If the answer is negative, it means that the profit is negative. Profit negative means that it is a losses. Okay, so when net present is negative, it shows that it is not worthy to invest in this kind of project. All right. Regarding the go back to payback period, how to decide whether that is business or that project is a good project or not? The shorter the period to break even, the better the performance of the project. So that's how we decide which investment is the best investment to invest. And then the third, the third, the third technique of capital budgeting is profitability index. It's profitability index. All right. So how to calculate profitability index? Actually, we are using they have a similarities with the NPV, but the different part is instead of you minus the initial outlay, you divide with the initial outlay. This cash flow multiply with PVIFA with a given I and N, divide with initial outlay. So this is the in the event of even cash flow. For uneven cash flow, it is the summation of cash flow multiply with PVIF with the given I and N, divide with initial outlay. So basically the way to calculate will be the same, but the formula has a bit difference. So profitability index, we just want to know the index. So basically the higher the number, the more profitable the investment. The profitability index is just to show the index of profits of the project or the business itself, right?